Well, I grew up in the city, in the suburbs, and when I was first married, we bought 5 acres of property in Neshkuro, Wisconsin, which is just a little bit west of Oshkosh. And on that property was a pond. There was some open fields and a little wooded area. So that was the first time actually I saw a sandhill crane. I saw a rose-breasted grosbeak, which inspired me to buy a field guide because I was like, what is that bird? Saw chickadees, saw owls, coyotes, turkeys. So it was actually that experience in Neshkuro that opened my eyes to the beauty of nature. Well, we lived in Waukegan, and they have a beautiful beach, plenty of sand, lots of stuff to do, and they were mowing down weeds, what they considered weeds, and plant life, and sand dunes to make it look like Waukegan. So my husband was mayor at the time. I'm like, why are they doing this? He's like, I don't know. They've always done it. And I said, well, why don't they stop doing that for a while and see what happens? And that was the beginning of the dunes coming back to Waukegan Beach. You really didn't know what was going to happen. And I have to say, my background is not scientific. It's not botany. It's not my background. I was an English major, one of the least employable majors you can possibly have. But I don't think I really had any anticipation of what would happen because as I said, my background wasn't in science at all. It just seemed like kind of a wasteful thing to do, that you're fighting natural processes, which seems like it's not going to work in the long run. I think, as we go on, we see that a lot of things that we've done to fight nature's way have proved to be costly and ineffective and have long-term negative effects. So, but I never imagined that it would become the wonderful place that it is today. And of course, one of the wonderful things that happened was the return of the piping plovers to the Waukegan Beach. So, and that just kind of, it's a obvious example of a lot of quieter things that are happening there. Nature is so intricate and so complicated, and even to this day, we know a lot more than we used to know. But there's so much we don't know. We really don't know the effects of changing things and making things difficult. But certainly the piping plovers came back. They have some unique plants there, and now insects. Insects are, I guess, decreasing at a phenomenal speed in today's world. So all these things are intricately involved, and as human beings, as part of the earth, we really need to try to do our best to allow nature to do what it should do. When Bill was no longer going to be mayor and a new mayor took over, because we still had some friends within the organization, we heard rumors that from a very legitimate source that they were going to bring in bulldozers and level the dunes again. So when that happened, I called the Army Corps of Engineers and talked to someone, and they acted very swiftly and sent a cease and desist letter to the city of Waukegan and told them that they could not do that. When we went through the process of establishing Great Lakes, Illinois as a bird city, and that's through the Illinois Audubon, once again, it took a team. I mean, we had people from the College of Lake County, a number of organizations that helped us. And actually, that was kind of a paperwork thing that we did. But I think just the process of doing that, talking to people in the city, I think they get more committed to doing things that will help the environment. So just by having people participate, that makes it worthwhile. The sandhill crane count is fun because you go out at like 5, you have to go out before sunrise. And it's usually a cold day, so you go with your coffee. And it is a beautiful time of day that I would never, ever be out sitting on a chair in a forest preserve at 5:30, 6 a.m. in the morning if it weren't for doing the crane count. So beautiful, and then you hear the cranes come in, and when you count, you have to you try to count how many cranes. You also listen to their various calls to see what those calls are meaning. So it's a very beautiful thing to do. There was a group of people in Waukegan that started a program called Share Our Shore. So they wanted to have Waukegan students, and surprisingly, a lot of the Waukegan lakefront is beautiful and the beach is beautiful. Surprisingly, a lot of people, children, adults, do not use that in Waukegan, so they wanted to draw people to Waukegan's beach. And Sharing Our Shores was a program for children to allow them to appreciate the beach and the birds and the nature. So the Student Scientist program, we developed a log so that when they go there, they approach it as scientists. So they have to look at what is the temperature like? Is it cloudy? Is it sunny? Is it, is it windy? And as we go on our walks on the beach with these children, have them observe if certain places are windy, do you have less insects? If some place is not windy, do you see more insects? What kind of plants grow in this area that's sunny? What kind of plants grow in this area that's wet? So there was no right or wrong answers in this log. It's just they're observing and hopefully learning, to look at nature and take it in and learn from that. You just hope that they get an appreciation of the complexities and the beauty of nature, and they can take that with them and maybe share it with someone else. I think particularly today we're kind of at a critical point on Earth that we really need to look at what we're doing, whether it's with pollution or where we drive, many things, what we do, how we build our homes. And especially children, and I think they're more willing to listen, that you would hope that they take some of that and perhaps tell someone else about it or maybe even change their behavior. I think along with I feel like I'm one very small element of the success, and I'm grateful for all the other people that have participated. But it makes you feel, very good to think that you had a part in this.